Welcome back, y'all. Today I want to talk about the new Nomad skin that just dropped in the store because in my opinion it's a pretty amazing skin for a few reasons. Now don't get me wrong, the skin itself isn't like particularly interesting by any means. It's fairly simple, but it is still quite unique, and it doesn't have a lot of detail compared to some of the other like main characters, and that's why I think that this skin kind of sticks out or stands out on its own, because it's not a main character or an iconic character that we have known from the Gears of War universe. Not only do I want to talk about the new Nomad skin that got introduced, but potentially other skins that we can see in the future, because as I was saying, the Nomad character, it made its first appearance in Gears 5. We have never seen the Nomad character prior to Gears 5, and even then it only appeared for Act 3, and then we never saw it for the rest of the campaign. But its design was really unique, it was really interesting, and a lot of people, the second I saw the Nomad character, I thought to myself, it would be really cool to play as this character in multiplayer. But the chances of that happening were really low. At least everybody in the community thought that we'd never get the chance to play as the Nomad characters, because Gears of War hasn't really done that in the past. We've never been given the option to play as just regular NPCs, besides the COG soldiers, but they're pretty iconic to the Gears of War game, so it makes sense that we can play as those. But we've been seeing recently, especially with Operation 4, that a lot of kind of like objects or characters that were just there to spice up the campaign have started to become playable. For example, the final reward in the Tour of Duty, the astronaut or cosmonaut, I don't quite recall what it's called. It's just a statue in campaign. Also in Act 3, you walk into like this space station sort of area, and there's this giant statue of this astronaut, and a lot of people were also thinking that is a pretty cool character design, and it would be pretty awesome to play them in multiplayer, and lo and behold, Operation 4 comes around and we can play them in multiplayer. And as I was saying, this isn't the first time that we've seen them do this, where they took a model from the campaign and made it a playable character in multiplayer. For example, the Gears corpse is actually scattered all over the campaign. You can come across dead Gear soldiers, and they usually have like a collectible on them, but if you take a closer look, it's the exact same model, except that they're missing a helmet in campaign, and in multiplayer they get a helmet just, I guess, so that they can hide the skull or something and make it a more visible to the players or something along those lines. So this got me thinking, what other character models pop up in campaign that can potentially become multiplayable characters in, well, multiplayer? And the first one I thought of was along the same lines as the COG corpse, would be the UIR corpse. In Act 3, basically all over the map, you come across these dead UIR soldiers in the same way that you come across the COG corpses, where they're basically been skelefied. Is that a word? They're basically skeletons in UIR armor, and they're also missing the helmet, but I can see them making this character model just rig it up for multiplayer, put on a UIR helmet that's been a little bit worn out and dusty and like broken, and boom, multiplayable character. And I think it'd be really interesting. We already have the COG corpse, so it'd be really cool to see more like skeleton type characters in multiplayer. Now, the next character that I would like to see potentially become a multiplayable skin or character on its own are the Outsiders. Now, this is something that I've wanted since like way back in Gears of War 3, but they were called the Stranded back then, and some of the Stranded had some very unique designs, and that's the same case for the Outsiders. During Act 2, when Kate and Del go into the Outsider camp, you see a whole bunch of different designs for the Outsiders, and some of them are actually really interesting, especially the guards that stop you at the front gate and ask for your weapons. They have like this really cool shoulder pad and like some really cool boots, and if you just walk around the camp, just about every person in there has a design that's unique to them, and it'd be pretty interesting to see some of them at least make their way into multiplayer. Now, these characters by themselves aren't the most detailed because they are just NPCs, but as we saw with the Nomad female coming into multiplayer as a skin, her design itself is also, again, not extremely detailed, but it is unique, and that's how I see some of these Outsiders. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. What other character models that pop up in campaign or just anywhere else in the Gears universe would you like to see become potential character skins? Let me know all that in the comments below. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you're not subscribed already, please consider doing so. It really helps me out a lot. And as always, hope you have a good one, and catch y'all next time.